got Mr. Moe D in the mother building.
VHenny, what's good?
What's good? How you doing?
Everything good. Bless. How you?
I'm good. I'm gonna say congratulations on everything you've been working on.
I appreciate it.
I was doing some research on you. If you guys don't see, he just dropped a project. It's a Latin project you have.
Yeah,
Futuro,
basically.
don't make fun of my Spanish, but it's futuro brillante.
Oh, you got it. You even got the rolling R and the accent
I'm
correct.
Puerto Rican, kid. I got to.
You got it. So you good. Yeah, it's Futuro Brillante. It just came out July 30th.
I was looking at your video, Mira Mira. Did you record? Did you film that out in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I actually did. So I was out there on vacation, and I'm like, I can't just be on vacation not doing nothing, making no progress. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what I could do with finding a videographer out there.
Okay.
And that's my first video out there, so I didn't have nobody. So I took a whole day to like call videographers, see who got the right vibes and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden, I was able to find this dude that he's done videos for like all the big Spanish dudes, like Bad Bunny, Ozuna, Raúl Alejandro. So I was like, damn, what a blessing. I got connected with this dude. So while I was out there, shot the video for Mira, which was the first single off of Futuro Brillante. My first official Spanish album, so that was a blessing. That was amazing out there.
That's dope. Well, that's dope. That's dope. What made you go from? I mean, at the end of the day, music is universal, right? But what made you go about going from English to Spanish?
That's a good question. So basically, my whole life, my whole career, I've always done English music, right, predominantly. But I always wrote like on the side, Spanish and Puerto Rican. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I've done so much for like rap, hip hop, and English. What I decided to do was show love to Puerto Rico, and officially drop an entire project in Spanish. So my main thing is like growth, evolving, continuing to expand on everything we do creatively, motivating, inspiring. So yeah, for the fact that I could do that Spanish project and let it go. It just makes me feel more fulfilled as an artist, and it just makes me feel more fulfilled as a person that I'm able to release more material in all different types of ways. So, Futuro Brillante.
That's dope.
Bright future.
That's dope. Are you fluent when it comes to speaking?
Yeah, básicamente, como te digo, yo soy Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you got the real Puerto Rican.
En la casa yo siempre hablé con mi mamá en español, so representando Puerto Rico al full. So yeah, man, I've been, you know what I'm saying, completely 100% fluent. Have full conversations, do business, music, writing. I mean, all types of things.
Because I wanted to know.
Yeah, because when I came up, when I was in the household, like my mom, I was like, let me take advantage of this, right? Even though she understands it and talks it fully, I'm gonna practice. So in the household, purposely, I would always talk to her in Spanish. So that's how I was able to become fluent in that.
Are you originally from Massachusetts?
Born and raised in Massachusetts, yep.
It all started because of karaoke machine. I thought that was so dope.
Yes.
The fact that it all started due to a karaoke machine. You understand? Like, obviously, I'm a strong believer with passion is power. You know, look at where you're at now. You're passionate with music, and look where you're at now, you know? So salute to that. Super dope. But for those that don't know, who inspired you to make music? What inspired you to make music?
Honestly, that day that I received the karaoke for Christmas, it's like real, it's like a little story, it's like a little cliche, but once I got that karaoke for Christmas when I was like 8 or 9, so that was like 99 or 2000 for the millennium, I was using that thing every day, and what inspired me was, once I got the karaoke, I just began to like study music heavily, you know what I'm saying, whether it comes from the history of hip-hop, the evolution of the music industry as a whole, from all types of genres, from even the early 50s to now, just studying the game. You know, my dad also worked like in a magazine company where he would have magazines and books before they even come out in the stores. So I would have those exclusives, and I would cut out, you know, the stuff out the magazine posters. They would come with underground music CDs. Okay. So the magazines, the karaoke, everything that I've listened to musically and studied has really made an evolution and impact in my life.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. Because you've been you've been pursuing music for a very long time.
Yes.
When would you say you started taking this seriously, like your career?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I've been taking this serious since I was a kid. Like, I always treated my songs and my projects, and I gave my all, always 100%. But in 2007, I started releasing my own small mixtapes, and then in 2011, I officially started purchasing beats from producers, and I can officially make some money off my music starting in 2011. And then in 2017, I'm like, okay, how can I up and evolve again? So I decided to do a whole project with my beats. I started using my own beats on projects, and I consider those more albums because now it's everything. Now it's just not lyrics and production, but now it's the beats, the engineering, the mixing, everything. So in 2017, dropped the album Vision, which is when I really focused on the vision of now being 100% everything I do. I could do it me in my studio. You put me in a studio, and I come out with some content and some music for you. So 2017,
Gotcha.
And then when the pandemic hit in 2020, just to be real quick with that, I just started to take things even to the next level. Now I was in a studio. I updated my studio. I started living like, tomorrow's not promised. And then from that point forward, I just pretty much been in the studio ever since the beginning of 2020, more consistent than ever.
I mean, as you should, you understand? Like, and that's good thing. What I just loved how you just explained everything was that you kept growing your brand. You understand? You took the time to continue growing, which as you should, as any artist should do, is that you got to constantly grow and step out of your comfort zone. You know, the fact that you was able to take yourself out of this box and put yourself in a new box and continue growing. Have you ever felt discouraged by the industry? And if so, how did you overcome the thoughts or the feelings?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was fairly simple. I mean, I did have a moment, like, since I started, early on, it was, if you don't get signed to a label at that time, it was like the top dudes from the labels are killing it in the game. So when I saw at that time that wasn't really working, like, I'm here just making music, and hopefully somebody, sees my potential and grabs me and offers me whatever, publishing, management, distribution, whatever it may be. But now, since everything is going independent, I'm saying, everything's going independent now, and you could do distribution on your own marketing, and find your own shows and network with people. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing lately, getting my contacts up, my relationships up, and looking to help people as they help me. You know what I'm saying? It's just about building those relationships. So for me, at the end of the day, it was pretty simple. It wasn't really overcoming. It was just pretty much overcoming that moment, that mentality at that point. And then just taking it to another level. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it me. No more waiting. No more waiting around for, like, somebody to come and save my life. I'm going to put out the right energy, the right visuals, the right content, and hopefully blessings come from that. And I know they will. It's just a matter of staying focused on the material and not so much on the outcome. But, I've learned to appreciate more the journey now than anything.
Taking these other steps that you took as far as to grow. Now, I, like, me personally, like, I got to listen to your I got to listen to the Latin project and some of your English music. Are we expecting more of a mixture, like genres, or like what are we expecting from you in the near future?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Basically, what I'm looking to do now is just do anything that's hot, anything that I feel sounds dope or is gonna be creative. I'm really open to it. No bull, like, at this point, because I've given so many years to, like, a certain lane. I've always been who I am, and I always will be. But I want to show different sides of me now. I want to show the full version of me, and not just what I've done for so long. Like, I've been so consistent in something, and now I'm just trying to show every piece. So, like, Latin has been huge influence in my life. Like, no bull. Like, nowadays, I listen to more Spanish music than anything else. Like, I stay on track with everything that's going on with the industry of hip hop, rap, and R&B and all that good stuff. And soul. I listen to a lot of soul. But I mean, it's just about being open to anything. You know what I'm saying? Being open to anything that's high and creative, as long as it's not too far from who I am, and it's showcasing a piece of me. Then I'm definitely open to do that, for sure.
When was the last? All right. So when was the last time you would say you stepped out of your comfort zone? Because I know,
Probably,
like you said, as long as, because you said as long as it pertains to like your sound. So when was the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone when it comes to your sound?
I mean, as recent as the Spanish album. Like I've never done a Spanish album,
Okay.
and even in my earlier projects before 2020, I've never
Mm-hmm.
even released like an official Spanish song on like on iTunes or anything like that, Apple
Okay.
Music. So when 2020 started, I officially started putting a Spanish song at the end of all my English albums. So I would drop an album, and then the last song would be a Spanish one.
Okay.
And then I was like, let me do an entire Spanish one. So that's where I stepped out of my comfort zone, because
Gotcha.
I'm doing something I've never done before. You know what I'm saying? I'm even expanding on being able to do more melodies and not just being like rapper. Like being, I'm not necessarily like a singer like that either, but I'm saying just being able to flow and give a vibe and be able to do melodic things as well in the music.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like I said, I'm more open to doing all of that, because it's all a part of me. You know what I'm saying? I've intaken so much. I listen to so much music, and I just want to show all parts of me before I'm gone, and that's how I live now.
Gotcha. What pushed you to stay? Because you've been doing music for a minute. You know, you've been doing music for a minute. You've been pushing, and everything. So I want to know what pushes you to stay consistent within your brand.
That's a great question too. Basically, my motivation is just growing. My motivation is building self confidence, building self motivation, and just doing as much as I can to be a better person, not just an artist. Like what can I do? How can I do things creatively to be the best version of me while I have this time frame on this earth? You know what I'm saying? It can get really deep the way I be thinking of things, but I just want to make sure, and this is my motivation. I want to make sure that by the time my chapter is done, that I
Mm-hmm.
was able to give the earth and everything that I had inside, everything that I
Okay.
could give, whether it's knowledge, mentally, wisdom that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a book right now. I just want to be able to release everything that I have, because so many experiences, so many people that spoken with, and I just want to be able to share all of that while I'm
Gotcha.
here. You know what I'm saying? So that's my motivation, giving everything before time's up.
Dope. So you working? So speak on that. Wait, you're working on a book. What
Yes.
is that? What are we expecting with that? Like, what exactly is it? Is this like an autobiography of Moe D? Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah. So basically, the book is not gonna necessarily be like an autobiography of me and my life. I'm gonna do a documentary. I'm gonna do a
Mm,
documentary for that. It's like an 8 or 10 minute documentary, which I'm gonna release sometime this month. I gotta do the
okay.
voiceovers. I gotta do the voiceovers and all that stuff. We just finished doing the visuals for it, so now I just gotta do the voiceovers and finish that up. But release that documentary this month, and basically the book is gonna be called, right. I'm shouting it out right now. The book is gonna be called "The Beginning of New Beginnings," because I feel
Okay.
like
I like
I just
that.
want to be able to not necessarily say things about my life, but more of the nuggets and gems and the knowledge and wisdom that I was able to capture. Because I'm a
Okay.
huge sponge. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of documentaries. When I was even younger, I was always talking to people that were well over my age, and people will always just give me tips and hints and clues about life. And I mean, I've learned so much as a person that in the book I want to focus on giving all those nuggets and all those gems that would help anybody in any industry. It's going
That's
to be
dope.
a self-help book. It's going to be a self growth book for anybody to read and process and grow as a humans, because big thing about my brand is, like I said, continuing to evolve. And if I could put one word on my brand, it's evolution. You know what I'm saying? Which I released a
Mm,
project called Evolution last year,
I saw it.
but my entire brand is about motivating people to evolve even higher.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's dope. So since you're a person who's big on self-help, you know, like helping others to improve, and you're even helping yourself to improve and evolve, right?
Yes.
I love books, and I'm big on like self-help books as well, or like just motivating others, because it's a gift. It's a gift in a sense, giving it back to others to share the knowledge that was given to us. You understand? To the people watching right now.
Yeah. So dang. 3 books. If I had to boil it down to 3 books, I would definitely say, let me see, what's that book called? Definitely the Barack Obama book. I would definitely say the Barack Obama book that just came out called The Promised Land.
Okay.
That has a lot of nuggets, a lot of gems about how
I heard about that book.
How the country is run, and how, you know, he came out from where he came out of, and pushed and persisted through a lot of things and persevered. So there's a lot of things in there to learn in that book. There's also another book which was one of the main ones in my life when I was going through that phase, like in 2012, where I was thinking like the world is, you know, plastic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fake things happening. So I released another mixtape that was called World of Plastic.
Okay.
And during that time, Joyce Meyer released a book called The Battlefield of the Mind. And during that tough time in my life, I ended up reading that book.
Okay.
And that changed a lot of my mind frame. Like, that book was the one that really, really, you know, impacted me to such a deep level that I decided to then flip the page on that mentality of like, F this, F that, screw everybody that's fake, and everybody middle fingers this. And I decided to start taking steps towards another mentality, another growth mentality. So yeah, Joyce Meyer, The Battlefield of the Mind, Barack Obama, The Promised Land. And if I had to pick a third one, I might say, let me see. I know there was a relationship one that I read. It's a green book. I forget who it's on. Building relationships. And then the Bible. Why not the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bible is definitely a book that I would recommend, because that's going to keep you level-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Whether you don't understand it now. You know, sometimes I open the Bible, I read a certain part, certain verse, and I don't quite understand it yet. But and then I go back later on in the future and I read it again, and it makes so much sense. Like, it's so clear to me. So it's something that, you know, you continue to read and learn from. And it's just going to balance you out. You know, reading those type of self-help books and growth books for all aspects of your life is only going to make you a better human being overall. So I would definitely recommend those 3.
I'm going to definitely check the one that, I'm going to check I heard about the Obama book. That one, mad people's telling me. I'm going to check that out. I have to, because you're not the only person to mention that to me. So I'll definitely look into that. That's super dope. You know, like so the book that you're planning on releasing, right? That you're working on, it's going to be an actual like book, like physical book, or is it just going to be like an audio book?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question, because it's going to be my first official book, so I'm going to start getting information now. I'm actually going to release another album like in a few weeks. So once I finish that up and release those, I'm really going to focus 100% on the book, finish writing it, and then answer, you know, basically ask a lot of questions about distribution of books, because, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be my first one. So all those book questions about releasing one, I'm going to be asking all those questions within the next like few weeks, and really digging deep to finding out all the information I need to find out on releasing that. But I would love to release both, but at the end of the day, it's at least going to be a digital book, and hopefully I can get it to the point where I can record my own voice reading it and release it as an audio book too.
So, dope. Now, so you mentioned you're working on a new album, correct?
Yes. Released two already this year now. I'm working on another one.
When are you planning on releasing the other one? Do you have an idea? Yes.
So I was thinking to release it September 24th of this month, right? This year, September 24th. But with everything going on and the way I want to roll things out and the content that I'm going to be releasing, like, I'm releasing 2 Spanish videos today. Like, today I'm releasing and posting on my IG 2 Spanish videos. So once I release those, then I want to every week kind of like, release content for the new album coming out soon, which is going to be called Legendary Legacy. So once I release those little by little, at the latest, it's not going to pass October for the album. So definitely no later than the end of October at the absolute latest, no matter what.
Okay, so now I have, this is the VHenny that you're gonna get when it comes to like artist development, or like, you know, just, or like, you know, whatever, right? So my question is this, because you released 2 projects before, correct? Like you mentioned. You have
Yeah.
Evolution, and then you have Futuro Brillante. So my
Well,
question.
I released like 15 projects, but this year alone 2, and then another one, so that'll be 3.
So this year alone 2. So my question would be this. So what's making you release a new project when you have 2 dope projects that you maybe for me you're still rolling out, you're still putting it out there, and people still haven't able to, like, not everybody has heard your music. So
Yep.
so what's making you release a 3rd one for the year of 2021?
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to do is look back to 2021 and say
Okay.
that this was my best year. So
Okay.
who knows? I may take, after I release this album and release all these videos, because I got a lot of stuff coming out for the rest of the year. But after I finish this, I'm probably going to take a little hiatus on kind of recording. I'm still going to write. I'm still going to have songs ready and all that. But as far as recording in the studio and working on a specific project, I'm probably going to take a little hiatus after this one.
Okay.
But I just want to stay hot this year. Like 2021, I've been so consistent more than ever, and I just want to make sure that I finish strong. You know what I'm saying? Look back to this year for the rest of my life and say 2021 was that year. You feel me? So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay hot as I'm motivated to the max right now.
Okay, so because you want to stay consistent, I want to know, for those that don't, right now, for those that are just tapping into you, right? Explain very briefly on the 2 projects that you released. Just explain very briefly the content behind your music.
Yeah, so in 2020 I released Evolution, and like I said, that was the whole new branding thing about growth and evolving in general. So I released Evolution, and that's just about like I said, it's plain and simple, evolving as a species, putting content in there that really represents not only like a little bit of old school hip hop, but also showcasing new things, new melodies, new flows, new, you know, just fresh new vibes. And like I said, all my beats. So now a whole entire basically new sound that I created. You know what I'm saying? I didn't use a template. I just went from scratch. So that's Evolution. And
now,
then,
I'm sorry, for Evolution then. So I want to know with Evolution. Let's go to Evolution first.
Okay.
I want to know what Evolution. Because we already know each song is your baby. We already know that. You understand? Everybody's just always like, yo, V, every song is my baby. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. However, we always have that one track, right? When you just like, I don't know if you're gonna make it, but you still put it in the album. Which track was that?
I don't think I second guessed any song on Evolution, but I really think that Authentic made a big imprint. Like it was real hip hop, real like a good pace where people can really understand each word, and I was saying impactful things. I feel like so Authentic was key, but probably the track Evolution on the project, the actual song. I also did a video for that. You know, I went to a whole nother area to shoot that video, which was one of the first times I did that. So that was huge. And it meant so much. I was meeting new videographers, new marketing people, and the song Evolution itself, like I said, I'm all about evolution. So the song showcases like my, not only like my lyrical content, but also like my flow, my delivery. Like I was really switching it up, doing different speeds and all that good stuff. And then I feel like the chorus is real. Like I can hear it in a stadium. I can hear it played in a stadium, people chanting it, going crazy to it. And that's something I never did before that. Like I would just make music. And now when I'm making music, it's like, what can I do where people can gravitate to and relate to and want to bump? So when I'm in the studio now, I think about that, and I've never had before. So now that's why I feel like sky's the limit, because I feel like I've always had that. But now I'm purposely making sure that I'm making things that resonate more with people. And it's not necessarily dumbed down, but more heartfelt and more understanding. Evolution was huge, so definitely. Spanish trap, Spanish hip hop, even reggaeton. I grew up listening to a lot of reggaeton. So I mean, if I had to just pick one off the top of my head, I'll probably say the first one, like Mira. There's another one called Fiesta that I'm really doing melodies in there, kind of like where it's kind of singing, and I never really done that. So that was interesting as far as the delivery. But Mira was dope because it was basically doing kind of what I do in English, but in a Spanish way, and then making sure that the chorus was catchy.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, just I'll probably say Mida to keep it simple. Mida was probably one of those. Um, yeah, there's a bunch, but let's put it there.
Now, what would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career?
If it wasn't for my music career, I'll probably be doing some type of business. You know, I feel like I'm a hustler. I'm always trying to find things that I can do to sell or make money. So it's just selling, investing, you know, real estate, doing something like that where I can make money and basically invest back into music. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I took like my investments, my real estate stuff. I do that. So I decided to do that because I realized that I have to invest in my own craft. I got to invest in my own material. If I don't invest in me, nobody's gonna want to invest in me. So
Gotcha.
this year I've invested so much in me, and I was able to do that based on my hustling, based on my selling and saving. You know, saving is key, right? Like if you know, I learned that from a young age. It's like, okay, everybody's making money and spending, but you always got to save for a rainy day. Then work on something big, a project that you love, you know, something that you care about, something that you have passion in. So that's something I'm
That's a
doing. I'm
fact.
living right now.
That's dope. That's dope. That's a fact. In order, so now, in order to succeed in life, you have to know how to give credit and give back. Who would you give
Of
credit
course.
to for your success thus far? Who would you give that credit to, and who you
Um,
would give back to?
I mean, there's been people along the way, obviously,
Hmm.
that have helped me. I feel like there's been a lot of people along the way that have done something to impact me. Maybe if it's not just monetarily, so I can release a project, but it's or like my mom when she bought me the karaoke and then upgraded my studio when I was 13 so that I can
Mm.
produce, so I can engineer and produce my own stuff. Obviously, I would say family and a lot of other people along the way. You know, a lot of great people like yourself where I've been able to do interviews and connect with like-minded people and great people, videographers, a lot of the video guys that I've been working with for the past few years with the high quality and releasing great visuals and content. Like shout out to all them, all of you guys, and influencers. So I would just give a big shout out to everybody that has helped me along the way. You know, everybody had a piece of it, but obviously number one, and not to sound, you know, with my ego or cocky anything like that, because I'm not. It's just about confidence based on my experiences of growing.
Mm-hmm.
Is really, you know, God in me. You know, I love the blessings that I've received, and it's just me on a day-to-day basis that has been able to put in the work. Right, I'm a self-motivator. You know what I'm saying? My journey hasn't been easy. You know, I come from a single mother, low income housing, Section 8 food stamps, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So to the point that I can get to where I'm at now, even if it's not at the level I want to be at or the pinnacle that I want to reach, is definitely when I look back, it's a beautiful thing that I'm able to even be at a place like this with a view and just be able to soak in and enjoy and reminisce a little bit on my growth. So it's just a beautiful thing. So shout out to everybody along the way, and
That's dope.
big shout out to the present me, because the future me is definitely going to say thank you.
Now that's what's up. Yo, you're definitely dope vibes. When I go to Massachusetts, we definitely have to link up because
Island.
your energy is super dope. You understand? And
Obviously, all the love. I definitely appreciate when you are in Mass. Definitely let me know anytime, any day. I'll make some time. We link up, and definitely, you know, it's all about protecting your energy. Like even in your household, wherever you go, like you're your
that's a
own human
fact.
being. Sometimes life wants to bring a lot of obstacles your way, bring a lot of people your way. But at the end of the day, you create your own vibes by what you listen to and take, what you read, what you do. So I always want to end my interviews with something like that, like stay positive and create your own vibes. Even when things try to come and distract you and change you or switch or try to switch you up or make you feel a certain way, just make sure you stay strong, stay positive, and stay in your own mentality. You know what I'm saying? No matter what comes your way, stay positive and keep grinding and keep doing you. Once you get to that point of your mentality where it's just nobody can stop you and you're just doing you, that's a beautiful place to be at. So keep pushing for that, all of y'all. And yeah, you can find me everywhere at Moe D Music. So at Moe D Music, MOED, as in Daddy Music. Or you can go to my website, which I try to update as much as possible. It's modmusic.com. Modmusic.com.
Definitely. Yo, Mo, it's been a pleasure. We're gonna definitely work more. That's a given. We're gonna definitely work more.
Let's get it.
Later.